What is up, YouTube? It's your Woki Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic that I'll be discussing in this video today is in regards to why the girl coughed on the Uber driver. The one thing that y'all got to understand is that a lot of people in this world do things because they're seeking attention. A lot of people do things in this world because they want the spotlight. A lot of people do things in this world because they are not satisfied with who they are as a person. They are still trying to build themselves up to become the greatest version of themselves or to become the worst version of themselves. But they have to do something because their lives are not good enough at home. So when they come out into public, they feel like they need to show out. This girl is a prime example of someone who is not satisfied with who she is as a person, and somebody told her something as simple as putting on a mask in order to prevent the spread of the virus, right? The spread of the pandemic that's going on right now. And she basically acted out in an emotional manner. She basically started coughing on him. She started grabbing his phone. All I'm gonna say is that if I were the Uber driver in that situation, her and her friends, I would have gotten out of the car and I would have respectfully dragged them out of my car. Because the thing is that she crossed the line by putting her hands on the Uber driver, by coughing on him, by taking his phone. In the society that we live in right now, if a man were to do something like that, right, he would never hear the end of it. He would always get trolled because of it. He will always get disrespected. He will probably be in jail, right? They will probably even call him even more disrespectful names. Depending on how old the girls were, they probably would have labeled him as a pedophile for touching them. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like the amount of unequal things that happen in this society when it comes to how men are treated versus how women are treated is very, very crazy. But the thing is that at the end of the day, that situation should not have happened, right? That situation should not have happened. That girl should have definitely conducted herself in a more respectful way, right? But the thing is, like I told you before, a lot of people will act out because their home lives are not as interesting as they want it to be, right? And let me tell you the truth. When you're in a situation like that, it's like the girl doing what she's doing, she needs to seek help, right? She needs to be able to develop her spiritual connection with the Most High, remove herself from the negative people that are in her life, even if it's her friends, even if it's her mom, her dad, right? She needs to get away from all of that negative energy. She needs to know who God is. She needs to know who Jesus is. She needs to develop the spiritual connection with the Most High in order to be able to become the greatest version of herself, right? She needs to ask God for the wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to be able to navigate through this matrix, figure out what her true purpose is in this life, right? The type of society we live in right now, they try to make women believe that they don't have a purpose because of the fact that they're a woman. By default, they should be getting a whole bunch of simps coming into their DMs, right? So that's what builds the woman's entitlement, by the amount of guys that want her, right? But what builds a man's entitlement is his success. Let me repeat that again. What builds a woman's entitlement is the amount of guys that comes into her DMs. But what builds a man's entitlement is his success, right? And success is subjective to the next man, correct? Correct. So the one thing that y'all got to understand is that if you're able to develop that spiritual connection with the Most High, every other aspect of your life is going to be filled. That's how you know that she has a spiritual vibration that is very low. Because if her spiritual vibration was high, she would have had a better tone when she was talking to the dude. She would have had a more respectful way of approaching the situation, and she would have acted more feminine, right? So when you have a low spiritual connection, when you have a low spiritual vibe, you don't even know what God wants you to do on this earth. God created traditional roles for a reason. A man is supposed to be in his masculine, and a woman is supposed to be in her feminine. That woman acted very masculine. When you see masculine women, when you deal with masculine women, you know that they are vibrationally, you know that they are spiritually low. Their vibration is low. Their energy is low. And when your energy is low, that means you are working for the devil without even knowing, right? You are working for the devil without even knowing. That's why I'm telling you, you have to be able to develop that spiritual connection with the Most High so he can show you what he wants, what he needs to show you in this life for you to be able to navigate through this matrix and survive. Because the truth of the matter remains that a lot of people don't want to see you survive. A lot of people don't want to see you do good things. The goal in life is to fulfill your purpose, which is helping other people in the way that you're meant to help other people and living a righteous life. How can you live a righteous life when you are doing bad things? That's not to say that any of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not even perfect. We've all made mistakes, but the goal is to limit those mistakes. Limit them as much as you possibly can. You feel what I'm saying? Limit those mistakes. You cannot be affording to make too many mistakes in this matrix, man. That's what I'm telling you. You have to really seek that deeper connection with God so he can show you what you're truly meant to accomplish in this life, man. Because the reality is, the world government, aka the demons, they don't want you to know the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. That's facts. Even if there is no real pandemic that's going on, right? Even if there's not, I'm not saying that there's not, but I'm saying even if there's not, that's still not a reason for her to go and disrespect that man. Because if that man does that to her, she's going to feel some type of way. She's going to get in her emotions just because of the fact that she's a female, right? Just because of the fact that she's a female. That man, honestly speaking, handled it in the best way that he could have possibly handled it to not get labeled all those names and to not have gone to jail that day. But if it were the woman will feel very disrespected. If it were the woman will feel very, very disrespected and not treated correctly. But she feels like she can do that to a man, and a man is not supposed to do something about it. Why does stuff like that happen? Because of the influences you see on social media, man. I keep talking about it. You think every other country in the world is not looking at America and is not trying to emulate what they see or not trying to copy what they see that Americans are doing? For instance, I made a video about this a couple of days ago. Look at what happened with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performing WAP at the Grammys. Do you think people from other countries around the world are not looking at America and saying, I want to be like that when I grow up. I want to be like that growing up. I want to be like that right now if I'm an adult or I'm a grown person, right? They want to emulate these things. They want to copy these things because they think that that's what's right. But deep down inside, the plots, the agendas, they're all plots and agendas of the devil. They're not of God. And if you're not of God, you're of the devil. That's why you have to really seek that spiritual connection with the Most High so he can instill in you what you need to survive in this world and in the spiritual realm. I'm telling you the truth right now, straight up. Once you develop that spiritual connection with the Most High, every other aspect of your life is going to improve, whether it's physical, mental, and financial, man, and every other aspect other than those four, all right? You have to seek that spiritual connection with the Most High so he can instill in you the things that you need to be able to survive. You will not survive if you don't have the things that you need. So you need to develop that relationship so everything else can be added onto you in due time. That girl, once she develops her spiritual connection with the Most High, God is going to give her everything she needs to be able to change her life around and to be able to conquer this matrix. If y'all understand, it's because you're woke. But if you don't understand, you're not woke. This is going to be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button. Leave comments. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel at Woke Ebuks. WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below. So social media links. So make sure y'all go give those a check. Without further ado, this is going to be the end of this video. This is Woke Ebuks, and I'm out, man.